Alright, so it's day 3 here in Copenhagen. I'm actually heading to a very interesting place in the city. You guys might have heard of it. It's called Christiania. It's one of the semi-autonomous sort of places in the city. Little backstory, back in the early 1970s, a few hippies decided to take over a part of the city to live an alternative life. So it's sort of a semi-autonomous zone. Actually, they have a bunch of rules there that you can't film or take pictures. There are a few places where you're allowed to take pictures. So that's what I'll do. I don't think I can vlog a lot. Maybe I'll vlog the entrance to Christiania. So it should be a very interesting experience because it's like bang on in the middle of the city, and it's still semi-autonomous. They never tried to take it back. I think they tried, but sort of gave up on it. So yeah, I think it has about 1,000 residents, and they decide their own laws the way they want to develop that small tiny town. It's actually, if you Google search it, the location, it's called the Freetown of Christiania. So they also decide how they're going to develop the area, yada yada yada. So it's 1,000 people just living bang on in the center of the city in a semi-autonomous zone. So yeah, that's the entrance. Surprisingly enough, I saw a FedEx guy going inside to deliver a package. So which means they are sort of still part of the city. They do have their addresses. I've heard that a lot of houses have unique architecture because people have built their own houses. So yeah, this guy, oh that's my bad, UPS, but he tried to go in trying to deliver a package. That's the entrance. I'm gonna head inside and see wherever I can film or click pictures and just add them up in the vlog itself. So this is like the actual entrance. On the other side it says you're entering the EU, but yeah, I did walk around a little bit from the other side, but I'm gonna flip to the other side, click a picture from that side as well. Yeah, on this side it says you're now entering the EU. Very interesting. I'm gonna head in now and see what it is all about. So yeah, I just got done at Christiania. It was very, very interesting. Obviously there are places where you can't film or click pictures, but then there are other places where you can, but I was still like a little reluctant to do so. Okay, we have some company here. So yeah, got done at Christiania. Now on the other side of Church of Our Saviour. But yeah, Christiania was very, very interesting. Obviously there's a street called Pusher Street. That's where they sell like soft drugs, as they might want to call it. So you're not allowed to film at all. Obviously I got a little souvenir from there as well. I tried to talk to one of the shop keepers about the taxation system just to get an idea as to how it works. So yeah, some of the money they make does go to the town of Christiania, as I expected obviously. But there were also a lot of people who live in the city, but they were working inside Christiania. So very, very interesting. And there were obviously products which they were selling inside the town, which otherwise would be considered illegal inside the city. So I saw a lot of locals inside Christiania, I think just for the fact that they can go there and do those things and then come back non-guilty. So yeah, it was a very, very interesting alternative sort of experience. So yeah, time to head to a more holy place, into the church, and check out the views from the top. So this might just be Prague 2.0, going up the tower of the church. If you guys remember from my old vlog, in Prague when I went to the castle, there was like this upward spiral to go up the church, up the castle to get a nice view. And it seems like that, endless flight of stairs. So again, see you one eternity later.
One eternity later.
Quiero más de ti, baby.
Alright, so I made it to this place called Palae Bar. Having one of my favorites, Kronenberg Blanc here. Love the vibes. I'll show you around the bar. It's a very small and cozy bar. I went to this other Irish pub before. It was super crowded. I love being at crowded places, but that just seemed like a place where it's ideal to go with like a friend or two. Alright, so it's another day here in Copenhagen. Today is a major sightseeing day. Love the weather, nice sunshine. It's a little cold though, but it's perfect. Could put on a different sort of outfit today then. So yeah, we're gonna go around a lot of major landmarks today, check out all of them, and then I might make a stop at New Haven again today just to click a few Instagram pictures. I had to get a few last time, but let's see if we can one-up them. And then today is also my last day in Copenhagen, and then I fly to Milan tomorrow early morning. So might have to end the night early, but that's okay because I'm sure Milan has a lot in store for us. Also, one quick thing, because I'm doing a lot of attractions today. If you guys ever come to Copenhagen, there's a thing called Copenhagen Pass or card, yeah, Copenhagen card. That gives you access to all the major attractions in one price. That also includes the public transit, so you can buy it for 24 hours, 48 hours, yada yada yada. I decided not to do that because I wanted to have my own pace and not get restricted by it. But like for example, I am visiting a lot of sites today within the 24 hours. But I did my calculation, I'm not going to as many as it would have made any sense to buy it. Because I already have the public transit, but had I not had the public transit, then maybe it would have made more sense. But yeah, enough talking, let's head to the train station and check out the first stop of the day. Alright, so the first stop of the day is Rosenborg Castle. Check out the views. The ticket to get inside is about 125 kronas. I think there's a museum inside. I'm not a big fan of museums, so I'm gonna walk around the parameter, see if I really want to go in, because we have a lot of places to stop by today, so might save a little bit time, but always nice to check out the architecture. Look at that. Yeah, let's go around, do a lap around, and then decide whether we're going in or heading to the next stop. Check out this cute little architecture here. That's why I always prefer walking. I think these things are like old barracks from what I can understand. They seem like barracks. There are a lot of them here. Yeah, I was saying I do prefer walking wherever I can, even instead of taking the transit, because then you just run into random gems like these ones. Alright, so we made it to the next stop. It's called Kastellet. It's actually a fortress built in the early to mid 1600s. It's actually one of the best preserved fortresses in all of Europe, and it was also used by the occupying German forces as their headquarters in World War II, as well as a prison when they were here. So let's go inside and check it out. Yeah, they do appear to be barracks. I wonder, and from the age of these, it does look like, you know, they've seen the test of time and would have for sure seen the World War. They're at least, actually, there is a date here, which is a good reference point. But yeah, this was built in the 1800s. So for sure this was here during the World War. Quite interesting stuff. Just imagine a couple of decades ago this was like an active site of military conflict. Now it does serve as still an active military site. We do have guards here. But yeah, super interesting. But now that everything's in the past, it looks cuter and prettier than sure it would have looked back in the day. Okay, so we are at the next stop. It's called Amalienborg Palace. It's the winter residence of the royal Danish family. It's like an octagonal courtyard surrounded by 4 buildings. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then that's the 4th one. And you can actually go inside one of these. It's actually a museum. So again, I'm skipping it to save time, and I'm not that big on museums. And then if I just flip to this side, Frederik's church is also right around the corner, so you can actually see it from the palace itself. So that's the next stop. I'll be going in there for sure. I love checking out the architecture of grand churches and cathedrals. So that's a point of interest for me. So I'm just gonna absorb the surroundings and then head to the church.